Hello everyone and welcome back to the Arden Report. In today's video we'll be discussing what's going on the front lines of Ukraine. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, join the Fact Army, and let's jump into it. First off, the Ukrainians claim to have landed some troops near Crimea, on Crimea actually, just to put a flag up. The Russians said they destroyed these units, but the Ukrainians posted video of the units landing on Crimea and them with their flag. This really isn't anything big. It's basically like a political move to get the media talking about it because of the failure in their counteroffensive. So it's actually like, it does not mean anything. The soldiers are back. They did lose one, and according to the Russians, they did capture the one that was wounded. However, there was no video footage of that, but the Ukrainians did admit that they lost at least one wounded. So now moving on to Robotine. Really nothing has changed, and the media was talking about this breakthrough that was going to happen once they crossed the Dragon Teeth. Yeah, they did that almost a month ago. Actually, I believe a month ago, and nothing has changed. Yesterday was the 4th, which was 4 months exactly of their counteroffensive, and this how much they took. Not really anything close to a breakthrough near Verbobe. I mean, not Verbobe, sorry. In the Zaporozhye area around Robotine. Moving on to here, the Russians did manage to do a counterattack and take this land back. This was a couple days ago. However, the Ukrainians once again have not moved, and all their attempts at moving, which were a couple weeks ago, have been repulsed by the Russians. So the Ukrainian counteroffensive is going very, very slow. The Ukrainians did manage to take some land back here. Nothing significant, just a couple, like a few fields. Nothing really that significant. Yeah, there's not a lot of movement on the ground simply because the Ukrainian counteroffensive, and we all know this, has been very slow. They did manage to take this back, like the 1st of October, but that is very small, and that's really not going to do anything. Moving on to Klishivka and Andriivka, nothing has really changed. The important thing around Klishivka, and this is why it was pretty important, is the connection to Bakhmut. When you capture this part of Klishivka, which some people say is in the gray zone, some people say is under Ukrainian control. However, this reliable, mostly unbiased source said that it was in the gray zone. However, the Russians did not have 100% control over it, and that is good enough for the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians now have a clear shot at Bakhmut. If they had only captured Andriivka, of course, you have to go through these little towns, and it's very far away, but there's no tree lines. It's just open fields, no tree lines, no trenches that they have to capture. It's just a straight shot into Bakhmut. However, we have seen that even though it may sound good for the Ukrainians, they always seem to, either the Russians screw up their plans or they screw up their own plans, because it does not seem like they have a breakthrough even at the times that it seems like their counteroffensive is going good. If they do manage to reach Bakhmut, which they may, some people say they're going to assault this late autumn, early winter. If they do manage to reach Bakhmut, it'll be the same like the Russians were. The Russian PMC is going to be very grinding. If they even manage to win, it'll be very grinding battle. Probably another 9 months, I don't know. But it is going to be very difficult for the Ukrainians. Now, since yesterday was the 4th of October, which was the full months of the Ukrainian counteroffensive, I wanted to talk about the casualties. Now, a lot of people... a Russian military blogger, Ryber, has said that during this war, during this special military operation, the Ukrainians have lost 495,000 personnel killed. And there's Western people in the West saying that Ukraine has lost over 400,000 soldiers killed. However, the Russian Ministry of Defense, which is not known for honesty, but they all on the ground, so let's take their claims about the Ukrainian losses, and they're probably exaggerated. The Russian Ministry of Defense, they do this thing where every day they report the number of Ukrainian personnel killed. Again, this may be exaggerated, but let's just take it from the Russian Ministry of Defense. Ever since June 2022, the Ukrainians have lost 245,000 personnel killed. Now, unless from February to June, the Ukrainians lost 200,000 men, which personally I do not believe. Ryber's report and many people's report that Ukraine lost 400,000 plus soldiers killed most likely is not the case, being that the Russian Ministry of Defense, which is not going to have favorable views towards the Ukrainian side, says they have only lost 245,000 soldiers killed since June 2022. So that's basically it for today's video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, join the Fact Army, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.